Salut, la fin de la course hippique. It is a very, very important day for the horse racing on Sunday with the Irish Derby at the Curragh and the Grand Prix de Saint-Cloud in France. Please remember to subscribe all your friends with our YouTube channel so that we can bring you ever better coverage. So on to the racing, where the Grand Prix de Saint-Cloud is Sunday's feature. I will not miss this race for the world, and I will be backing Calendagan with all my heart. All of these 5 are very much at a peak of their career, but I think that Calendagan is the one that is ticking my boxes, and when Francis-Henri Graffard's star went so close to the Coronation Cup at Epsom, he showed to me that all the talent is still there. But Christophe Furlan's Adventure is also a very, very good filly, who was just second in the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe last October and has won all of her both starts this year. And then Calendagan's stablemate, Goliath, has won the Lacou 3 weeks ago, so is on form also. Irisine for me can also be involved, and Junco went so very close in the Grand Prix de Chanté the last time. In a very, very wonderful race, I will have to follow my heart and say Calendagan, with Adventure in the second place. My next best is Scorthy Champ, in the very, very interesting Prix Eugene Adam. There is the English Raider, George Scott's Bay City Roller, who was not beaten at 2, and has already finished second in a listed race this year, and Joseph O'Brien's Scorthy Champ, who has already been in the British and Irish 2,000 guineas this season. I think that this is the interesting experiment, to put Scorthy Champ over this trip of the 10 furlongs, as especially in the Irish Classic, he was making the late run to finish 6th. Maybe it is that he needs the extra 2 furlongs non, but Francis-Henri Graffard has been doing so well in the pattern races this season that we must consider Parachutiste and the not-beaten Darriz. In my last decision, I will say that Scorthy Champ is not so tried on this soft ground, but is from the highest level, and Darriz is proven at this trip and on the soft going, so it is a puzzle. With Christophe Soumillon on Scorthy Champ, I think makes him in my favour, with Darriz maybe the one to make him race.
Thank you, Marie-Francoise, and I hope you have a great day down at Saint-Cloud. I'm thinking that my mate Alfie is the one to follow for the Dash Stakes. I know he's got top weight, but he is so very consistent for Ger Lions that he won't be far away, and whatever the weather brings, my mate Alfie will still run his race. Will McCreary's filly Vespertilio could be dangerous in this grade, while Big Gossie can always put in a big effort in this sort of contest. That is my 3. And from stall 7 and Colin Keane in the saddle, my money's on my mate Alfie. Next up, in the Celebration Stakes, I'll have to be honest with you, picking the winner of this is as clear as mud on a foggy day in Connemara. But I suppose, on balance, Paddy Toomey's Currawood looks as good a bet as any. So he does. At least he's got a decent draw in stall 2, and Billy Lee is in the chair, but my worry is it just seems that Currawood keeps finding one too good too often. However, Paddy Toomey's in form, and I've got to stick the pin on the pony's tail somewhere, so Currawood it is. Right, for the big one, the Irish Derby. Well, it's all about the race tactics here, the weather and whatever else can make this classic such a defining race. Now, I'm going to get pilloried for saying this, hauled over the coals and hung out like yesterday's socks, as they say. But I'm backing Lazy Griff to go one better than at Epsom and take an Irish classic back to England. There, said it. But that's my gut feeling for Charlie Johnston's marvellous runner-up from Epsom, and although there's likely to be some race tactics coming into play by the Ballydoyle runners, Lazy Griff is going to run them close, so as an each-way angle at a big price, I'm happy on that. So I do think Lambourne has a great chance, especially if the race pans out for him with a fast pace on, and I'm of the thinking that Aidan O'Brien has enough lining up that stable tactics could be a plan to give the favourite every chance. However, Lazy Griff now has William Buick booked, and if Jessica Harrington's Green Impact is still involved at the 2 furlong pole, they're my 3.